All right, my wonderful students. So we have been working on informative writing up till this point. Today is your last day to finish not only writing your draft, but revising it. So our task right now is going to be to look at some map-like passages and figure out how to take these on when they're asking us to revise. So let's look. So you already read this one. Here's how I thought it through. I thought a couple of them could have been the answer. I thought A was not. I thought B was pretty good, but I thought that was better as a thesis or an introduction sentence. But I thought it could have been, but probably not the best answer. C is just a detail, so it can't be. D doesn't exist, so it can't be. This is just another detail, so it's not the conclusion. Another detail, so it's not going to be the conclusion. A nice detail, but still. Ooh, this one might be good. Why? Because it's kind of summarizing everything and leaves you with a deep thought. That's what a good conclusion does. So in fact, that is the answer. Why? It summarizes and it leaves you with something to think about. That's what a conclusion does. Summarize, leave you with something to think about. Number 2, you read about sloths. So which of these is the best thesis statement? Meaning kind of like your main claim, the thing you're trying to just talk about throughout your whole paper. A is not it because nowhere in this does it talk about having babies. B wasn't bad. C, no, because nowhere in here does it talk about their lifespan, and that's too specific. And D was also good. So now you're choosing between B and D. Here's how I thought through the two. I really like D because it talks about sloths are slow-moving tree dwellers that may appear dull. However, they have many unique characteristics. It kind of sets up all these facts that they give about their body temperature, the algae, their toes, all those kind of things. B was good, but it's really just comparing them to other animals, and this isn't a comparison essay. This is just talking about them. Nowhere in here does it say, tigers have 5 toes, sloths have 3. It's not comparing. It's not a comparative essay. So D was the best answer. Number 3. So again, I was able to, using process of elimination, get rid of B because it was too specific for a thesis statement, and get rid of C because it was just garbage. So I'm left with A and D. Both of these are pretty much correct, but one of them is better. The better option is D because it kind of specifically tells the reader what's about to come next in the writing. A is true, that is what the paper is about, but it doesn't actually set the reader up to know what's coming next. So D is the better answer and is in fact correct. And finally, number 4. So this is what we're talking about when we say like formal language. This just isn't formal. When it talks about herbivores are nice guys and they're mean guys, that's not formal. That's like how you would talk to your friends or not even. It just doesn't sound like you're actually somebody who knows what you're talking about. So A is good. Why? Because it gets rid of kind of that section we just said. B is good. Same thing, just gets rid of the garbage part. C, again, that's what it's saying, right? Herbivores like plants, carnivores like meat. So that's also summarizing it. D is informal language because it says they are ruthless hunters, right? That's like adding in kind of like your opinion to it. You could just say they're hunters, but instead you say they are ruthless hunters. Instead of just saying herbivores consume plants, you say they are peaceful, right? So it's just too opinionated sounding. And same thing with E, right? It's informal because it says they're passive. and carnivores are ferocious, right? So it's kind of like putting their opinion into it. So this is how you're going to think it through. Go through now into your essay and make these 3 corrections to yours. Make your conclusion, paragraph, and sentence better. Summarize and give them something to think about. Make your thesis statement better. A sentence where you're very clearly showing the reader what you're talking about. And then make your language more specific and more formal. Get rid of these types of words and do it like that. Also for this 3rd step, please make sure you're paraphrasing more. You guys use a lot of formal language, but it's not your own words. You just copy and pasted. So make sure that it's formal and your own words. Okay? Watch again for those 3 steps. Thank you, my wonderful people. Enjoy.